taking this all at the same time, or should I take it first?
I'm not taking it at the same time.
We are?
Okay, and then...
Alright.
Yeah, one for Shinu.
And then let me pull yours.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers, Soju Sundays.
Soju Sundays.
Fuck yeah. Oh wait, can we cuss on your channel?
Yeah.
Sick.
Hashtag Soju Sundays.
Sick. Oh shit. Sorry, Levi.
So good. So good, that's delicious.
Or should I say soju?
It's good, right? So...
Soju.
Soju.
That's, wow, good. That's
Delicious.
good. That's better than the flavor that we tried the other day.
Oh yeah, that they just didn't have that.
Yogurt.
They didn't have that one in the at the
Yeah,
store.
one's bomb.
Flavor, that's amazing. Alright, should we just keep these out?
Yeah. Welcome to the first episode of Soju Sundays, where we get artists into the kitchen and they talk about themselves, their musical history, their musical preferences, and then at the end we do a little collaboration and cook up. Today we got Adiel Mitchell and Levi W. How you guys doing?
You're doing good. Hey.
Hey.
We're like here. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us on the show.
Oh, and then we got Hantography here.
Yeah.
Hello. He's gonna be co-hosting with me, asking some questions. But anyways, what's up with you guys?
Hey, just trying to stay warm.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Staying warm. It's actually warm in this room because there's like 4 of us guys just breathing hot air.
So yeah, just all mouth breathing.
Damn mouth breathers.
Levi's in shorts and shit.
It's gonna snow tonight, so it was so nice today. And I
Oh,
shorts.
so nice.
Yeah, but that's Colorado for you. So, anyways, let's talk about your guys' careers as a duo. The relationship between.
What's the question?
there wasn't a question yet. I'll get into that. So, like, how'd you guys meet? How did you guys form this producer to artist relationship?
I'll start. You know what's crazy is, so we met at our job at Apple, and I actually had a friend refer me to work there, and he had said, he's like, hey, when you get there, there's 3 people you need to meet, and Levi was one of the names, and I don't know, I just didn't want to go into it like, hey, my friend told me that I should meet you, and we should be friends, so I just kind of left it alone. I was like, if we organically talk, then cool. If we don't, okay. And I think like somehow, I don't know how we got on the subject of music, but we just started talking about what we did, and he was like, oh dude, like I have some beats and some like songs that I'm working on if you want to provide like vocals on them, and I was like, super down. And we were working on one song that he just said that never put out because I think it was trash. Like, I think I was so good.
It's okay if I say that, but you can't say that.
But no,
I think he thought I was trash.
I agree. I literally was talking to him earlier about this, and I said, I sent him like one beat, and it was not good at all, and that just kind of fizzled out, which was good because that song sucked. It wasn't a good vibe, and then we started working on something else, like another song I've been working on with this guy Alex from Texas.
Oh yeah.
Summer Vibes. You guys may know that song. Probably not though.
Probably.
Probably though.
You're gonna know it.
You're gonna know it. Don't actually.
We'll play a little bit.
I don't like that song.
the background noise.
That song is amazing.
It's
He doesn't
good.
like it.
It's
but
good, but it's like I get sick of it. I get sick of every song I make.
Me too. It's like for me, it's like I make one song and I'm like super excited for it, and then I start another song, and then the other song I made previously,
Yeah.
it's kind of just like,
Right.
right. But that's like just process.
That's how you get to the good song, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so then I feel like we started working on Summer Vibes at the time, and I remember actually with that song, I asked him because he said he was going to work on it. He was working on it with another artist, and I was like, dude, I know that you're doing this with him, but how would you feel about me just taking the whole thing? I was like, yo, this song is the instrumental, just the production on it was so crisp that I was like, I can already hear so many ideas. He's like, no, we can get on some other songs. Like, we should still do it. And I was like, I'm down. I'm super down. Because Alex, you're an incredible artist, rapper, and just like his delivery was perfect for the song. So I can't imagine it any other way. But I think that's when I kind of like clicked with Levi. I was like, he's dope. He knows what he's doing. And then after that, it was a real old studio.
Right.
I think I feel like we just ended up kind of going into like a show, like doing Tetra.
That's true.
It was like we just kind of, you do music, you perform, let's do it together, and then it just kind of worked.
Yeah, and I think like there was a point when we were trying to get back into, when we were doing less performance, we were trying to get back into making music, that we were trying to make, I don't know what the vibe of the song was, but it was just like, wasn't working this one night, and then we were in the studio, we're like, let's take a break, we go outside, we get a little high, we come back down, and we're like, let's just make like a super like trappy song, like a little pump style beat, just like super generic, and that is when we made which is on the Jungle EP, and that was like the first song we made, which kind of like launched those other two songs, and that was that was funny because it was like, let's just make like 3-note piano, like 3-note chord or like melody, and then simple little harmony, super simple bass, the generic like Lex Luger build up, the it's hard to replicate that.
I feel like we wrote that song, produced the song out in like a night, like literally just in that moment. We were trying so hard to write another song and nothing was happening, and then we started that session, and in 15-30 minutes it was like, dope, we have basically the whole song where we wanted to go. And I think that was just, I don't know, I felt like that was when we were able to really like see each other in the studio and how we operate, and clicked us forever.
Right. Things came out like a lot more naturally and less force. Like we were trying to do something that we're like, we think this will be cool, instead of just like, let's do something that's fun, that we're like having fun with in the studio. Which is the same kind of like when we made Jungle, like that was like at your house, and it was just like everyone was. I think Colin was there.
Yeah, I was there. I was like filming something.
I remember Han like there, and I was
being on the bed doing the whole thing. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But like,
I was just like coming up. Everyone else was like in the other side of the room, and I'm just sitting there at the computer like making this bass line, the like bass line Jungle. And then I don't know. I just remember that very specifically. Like everyone else would be over there, doing whatever, and I'm like, and then.
So, how would you guys describe your sound as a
I feel like I'd probably honestly, I feel like it's kind of a mixture between pop and hip hop, because I feel like there's a lot of songs. So like Sunset Bay Cafe, this other song that's not released yet, but Focus on Me. Like I feel like those are more of a pop feeling track. But then when you have the Jungle EP, you have Jungle, even Stuck on You. In a way, it kind of incorporates a lot of elements of hip hop, and I think that's primarily a lot of the music that I know that I listen to. On top of that, he's like a phenomenal house producer, so I feel like that adds energy to the songs and makes them stand out in ways that just makes them more danceable too. So, little pop, hip hop. House, hip hop.
Popeyes.
There it is.
Sandwiches.
Popeyes chickens. That's how we would describe ourselves.
We're like a Popeyes chicken spaghetti western.
Spaghetti western. Levi, how would you describe your personal sound? Like you yourself as a producer.
I mean, I love house. That's like one of my staples, I would say. Like anything is very dancey, sometimes kind of clubby. I'm a huge fan of bass house, which is kind of like, if you don't know, like the kind of dubsteppy, wompy sounds, but to like a house club beat, as well as kind of a more disco-y type sound.
You guys have ever fought before? Over like creative direction or just like anything? Like what problems have you guys run into as like a duo?
You know, I don't think that we have. I feel like I feel like we're both pretty open and understanding of each other. I think the only thing that I've ever been like, I'm like, dude, let's turn up those ad libs.
He said that to me
He's
too.
like, the ad libs are at a good level. They sound fine. I'm like,
That's like,
are you sure?
Any mix. And like, he
I
can
love
attest
that.
to this.
I
It's like,
get you, bro. Because like he called me
He's
last week.
like,
He's like, yo,
the
can you
ad-libs.
turn up the ad-libs?
That's the
I'm like,
only.
what?
I love the ad libs. I love them.
it's such a, I mean, like, that's not just a mixed thing. Like, I want to always hear the ad libs. Like, when I'm doing production, it's always like, you spend like an hour on a sound and then you don't even hear it. You know, you spend so much time doing something and you're like, I want everyone to hear this. But it's like, it's not that important. It's not like a main part of the song.
It's not. It's an ad lib.
There's some ad libs, like, when you say nay, like a horse in super important to have that in there.
Yeah.
When you're referencing.
I feel pretty good about ad libs. I feel
think,
pretty
I
confident in
think-
my ad lib ability.
I think ASAP Ferg's ad-libs are like in your face.
Yeah.
Travis Scott.
Travis
Like,
Scott, yeah.
his,
That's
like,
not
his like add to the
Migos.
his there like there's add to the overall song, like kind of like an extra like layer of it.
Yeah,
Whereas like
right.
a lot of ad libs are just kind of like that can be in the background or kind of just double on top.
Yeah.
I get it, but probably not any conflict. I feel like that's probably the closest to conflict that it's got. It's not even conflict. Like you guys both can attest. I'm just like, but I'm also I don't ever fight on it. I'm just like, all right, it probably does sound good, and it does sound good. It's just I think I listen to so many songs with ad libs that are in your face that I'm like, when I'm recording something, I will write something with ad libs already in mind. I'm like, oh, that'd be dope to say in the background. Something stupid, but when you hear it on the track, you're like, yo, that part bangs. So
Yeah, and I think like sometimes sometimes it'll just be like more of a convincing thing. Like I'll have something in mind, and then I'll just have to like bring it to the table as an idea, and I would heavily suggest it.
Yeah.
And try to convince myself. And like I don't think we've had like any arguments or been like, no, dude, it's gotta be this way.
Yeah.
Or I'm freaking out of the band.
put that hey a little bit louder. 2 dB.
Swear to God. Any tension though?
Not that I felt. So
No, I don't think so.
Levi's a yes.
He's like, finally. I've been wanting to say this.
Actually,
all out.
I feel like we like understand each other as artists and as a team, so it's like very easy to, when you have ideas that may differ, bringing those to the table, it doesn't feel like I'm bringing it to someone who's just not going to hear me out. I feel like we would only bring ideas to the table that we do feel like genuinely make the product better. And because we're both open, we're able to be like, you know what, maybe I don't see that, but I trust you that you're like looking for the greater good of this. And allowing that gives the person who's bringing the idea, right, it gives them the freedom and confidence to be able to continue to bring ideas to the table versus like, I don't know if I should say this because, you know, he's always going to say one thing or he's always going to react a certain way. So I feel like because we don't have that, and this guy is so good. He's so dope. He's so talented. So like, I feel like literally every idea he brings to the table has purpose. It has intention. It feels like you're not just throwing stuff out there seeing like, is this going to work? You know what I mean? So I feel like that helps to not have tension.
Nice. Yeah.
And I don't think we've been put in a position that really required to have tension yet, I guess.
So everything's pretty much like transparent.
Yeah.
I would say so.
So, if you had to give like one tip to somebody that's like looking for other people to like work with, like collaborate with, like what would it be from both of you guys? So,
I think you should work with someone that you get along with personally, and that helps more than anything. Because I've worked with people that I didn't vibe with like right away, and I just was like, no, I know this isn't working. And I know sometimes you just gotta work. If you don't know someone, you gotta just still work with them to see. But like, that's probably a big thing that I would say is important. And someone that you feel you can communicate effectively with, and probably like share mostly a similar like taste in music. You know, it's good to have different tastes, but it's to get different blends of things. But like, you should generally have like a common
Nice.
I would say too is like, don't, it doesn't sound harsh, but don't like jump into every collaboration. Like I feel like a lot of times I went through that too, where it was like I just say yes to everybody. I just want to work with people because why not? I just want to make music and do that. But I think that is hard on a creative because you spend so much energy putting energy into collaborations that may not be healthy for you or may not be adding to the greater good of your career. Again, I think you kind of have to just test the waters in order to find out what that means. But when you start to develop a sound, I think it's important to stay true to your sound and don't bend just to work with somebody, just to put a project out, or just to, because I feel like ultimately in this branded world that we live in, I feel like everything is a brand, you know, in a way. So I feel like everything affects you positively and negatively. So it's just about being strategic with what you do and what you put out to help you get better, and move you along and stay connected to the right people.
So going off that, have you guys ever worked with somebody where you got along with them personally, but then like when it came to like more, I guess like creative business like stuff, like it just didn't work out?
Oh yeah. I feel like going back to what I just said, like I feel like all the time, like I feel like I used to just want to work with people because I like working with people. So I would just put up with it, but then realistically, that gave me like the clarity to say, well, you know what? It's not you. I mean, it's not me. It's not you. It's just that. This just doesn't make sense, you know. Like I feel like if you have a personal connection with somebody, it's easy to have that conversation, right? So that's why it's important to make that first. But I think it's awkward, you know. It's hard to tell someone like this is just not it, you know. And like you,
and then that's where the tension starts.
And that's where tension comes. I think if it's not constructive, though, I think like if you can say like, hey. I don't know how you would say it, but like positioning to somebody, hey, I just don't think that this is a good time to be doing this, or I think it's just effectively communicating, being transparent with how you feel and where you are, because most people will not take offense. Most people are like, oh, I get it, you know, I'm still learning, or wrong time, wrong place. It's like once you are able to like be clear with your intentions, it makes it easier for somebody to be able to kind of get out of something if you don't feel like it's helpful.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever. I mean, in terms of like my collaborations, I don't know if there's someone I've been like close to that I've collaborated with that I felt like it didn't work musically.
Nice. Okay.
But I'm like also pretty like. I think I choose who I collaborate with carefully. I guess.
Makes sense. Okay.
You kind of have to.
Yeah.
You don't know.
It's like.
So you don't even like initiate anything until
It's like,
no.
have we written go-karts together? I can't collab with you.
We should start there. I think that's hard though too, because like I said, like sometimes, you know, you put in so much time and energy and into your craft that you feel like you're at a certain level, right? And I feel like sometimes people will reach out that aren't at that place, or they're in a different part of their journey, and you want to be helpful, right?
Yeah.
You want to be a good friend, you want to be supportive, but then also it goes back to like you still have to kind of take care of your brand. You still have to like make sure. I remember when we started working together, I had a bunch of covers out, right?
Yeah.
On Spotify and Apple Music, just like self-produced things that I had done over the years. And one of the first things he said, he's like, dude, like I love it, but maybe we should take those down and just have like starting with these big songs. But I understand why.
I said it like way.
He said way sweeter than that, but
I said like
you're
right.
we are
so good.
Yeah.
no one should hear them because they're so good. I feel like that makes sense because when someone comes and searches Levi W and if one of my songs or an older song that's not at the level of quality that he's putting out comes up first, right? And that's their first impression of him. It could deteriorate that relationship from them wanting to continue listening to his music. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like now, very blessed to say, I feel like we're putting out content that is at a certain level of quality that if you go all the way back to the beginning, you still are gonna be like, okay, even if the songwriting gets better, or like the delivery gets better, production gets better over time, the first song you hear, even if you heard that on shuffle, you're still like, okay,
Right.
like this is a good. I understand where he's going as an artist versus your first impression is like that, you know, I don't know, acoustic thing that you were trying, experimenting on because you didn't think anyone would hear it, and that's the first impression, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all your guys' stuff is like very consistent.
Very consistent, exactly. Consistency is key. You kind of have to have that. I think in this day and age, you know.
Right.
Okay. So you're also saying like be careful of collaborations too, because it can like impact your brand,
Absolutely.
like as an artist, and like
Right.
yeah. Okay.
And that's I keep saying it, but I think that's so hard to gauge. It's very situational because I don't know. I like I said earlier, I like working with people. So I'm the kind of person who's like, yeah, let's do a session. Let's like work on a song. And then we'll go through the session and I'm like, oh, you're trying to release it? Like, I was like, oh, well,
that's fire.
that's like, it's dope, but
It's
you
fucking
know,
dope.
like, and that's when you just have to be, again, transparent with people and just, you know, have those conversations early on so that they kind of understand what's at stake. But also, if you want to provide some heat to somebody's track, you should, you know, that's gonna boost them up a little bit. So it just kind of depends, you know. I like to stick to myself though. Besides y'all, I feel like I'm not one to be like, who wants to work? I'm just like, you know what? I'm still discovering me. I'm just still building me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like now I'm at a place that doing collaborations is very effective, but I also have to be very strategic about who I'm now incorporating into my brand and who I'm going to incorporate myself into their brand, you know?
Yeah.
So you're probably having this whole like process when you first met, right?
Oh, absolutely. But I knew you were good. I knew you were good before I even heard you because just the way you carry yourself. Literally, right when I saw you, and like here, obviously, Mandy's like bragging about you all the time, but like meeting you for the first time and just like the way you spoke about music, the way I could tell, I could feel how much energy and time you put into your craft to get to this point.
It's the glasses.
It's the glasses. That's the soul. The glasses and the chain in there.
I didn't have a chain back then.
I know. See, look at you leveling up.
Wow.
I don't even
I need a chain. Trying to get chains.
Actually, anytime there's off topic, but anytime that you see me wearing a chain, it's a Nels. So
Oh yeah.
for sure.
Oh shit! I still have one of your chains.
I actually
Ooh.
two of this chain.
All right.
Shit. Yeah.
Thanks for leave those.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
right now.
I'll let you.
How many chains do you got?
Dude, I love chains, dude. I love gold.
Yeah.
I love
Oh, yeah, I
gold
have
so
gold.
much.
I wore it out last night. Or the other night.
You wore it out last night?
Yeah, I was like,
Feels good.
I'll give it back to Adele. But
Told you it's all up when the reasons ain't enough. She got me at attention. Oh, our words begin to shove. Says your lips ain't too much to get me back from heaven. Yeah. Hey. Told you it's all up when the reasons ain't enough. She got me at attention. Oh, our words begin to shove. Since your